their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the AFC will take over first and 10. Mahomes now on first down. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack. On second down, here's Mahomes. And that's incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Now Breeze on the bootleg. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old-school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college. With all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every...
And he will score. Touchdown, NFC. Michael Thomas, an 11-yard touchdown. And the NFC able to get a bit closer. Well, we saw that tandem hook up quite a few times during the regular season, didn't we?
We certainly did, and it continues now in the Pro Bowl. You have to know that even if they didn't consciously plan it, you do try and find guys you're familiar with in a game like this.
This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at its 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there for the AFC. 48 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver. And that'll break. Second down. Deep left side. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Antonio Brown. Brown with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the AFC is able to widen their advantage. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Breeze and the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Gurley. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Thielen with his first catch, and it's a 1st down. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Breeze now. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now Breeze on 3rd down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Rosas' kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
This one taken from the 7. So we're at halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And this is going to be incomplete. Oh, Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage. We mentioned the history of this game, the Pro Bowl. Of course, for many folks our age, the Pro Bowl always meant a trip to Hawaii. You know, they held it there from 80 till 09, and again for a handful of years. Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. The 30, 10, and touchdown. Antonio Brown, 77 yards. And the AFC adds on to their lead. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
The kickoff unit is an incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're able to return this one all the way up to the 45.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Well, the pressure gets home, and the AFC comes up with a sack. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. Throwing now is Breeze. Ertz over the middle. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Breeze. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give him a 1st down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and it may be a guard, can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They fake the give. Here's Breeze. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop. But when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
Mahomes going to throw. You look back a few years ago, Charles, when the Pro Bowl did that 3-year experimentation. I know you're a traditionalist. You like AFC versus NFC.
Yes, I do.
But for the games 2014, 15, and 16, they tried something a little different. They held essentially a fantasy draft for players. Year 1, it was Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders as captains. Year 2, Michael Irvin and Chris Carter. And then in year 3, Michael Irvin again matching up against Jerry Rice.
And one common denominator, every single one of those guys with a gold jacket, all of them in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So they didn't ask you and I to be the captains and make the picks. And by the way, the playmaker, Michael Irvin, went 2-0. And you know I heard all about that.
The Panthers' Luke Kuechly there on the tackle.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
So the defense asked to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
Ready? You ready?
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is...
And he will score. Touchdown, NFC. Kyle Juszczyk, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the NFC able to cut into that lead. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
And this is going to be secured by the AFC. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't.
And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it.
And all the way in for the touchdown. Antonio Brown, 47 yards. And the AFC is able to widen their advantage. And let's count them up. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 5th. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially they...